Knight on Demo Man, Laz on Roamer, Aim on Pocket, Bot Mode and High Five Scouts, and on the side of TFCrew we have KTB or Rocket Wizard on Pocket, Stochastic and Lily on Scouts, June on Roamer, Smitty on Demo, and Split on Medic.
Yeah, when you read off the name of TFCrew, just because my only impression of any player is where I remember them in any season of IM or Invite over the past 10 seasons. We're on season 27. That's crazy. 10 years of TF2. Anyway, every time I hear names like Stochastic or Smitty or Spamfest, I'm just thinking IM right away. But this team recently got sponsored, and yeah, these players have what it takes. Absolutely. So this was actually their opportunity, moreover, their chance to show what they've got in Invite.
Most definitely, and you know they can do it. This season's SVIFT roster is definitely a contender for playoffs. Obviously, most likely we're going to see them later in the season during playoffs. But TFCrew is definitely looking to prove themselves, and SVIFT hasn't really seen what they can do quite yet. I don't believe these two teams have scrimmed at all during the preseason, so we're going to see if maybe TFCrew can catch them by surprise.
Yeah, TFCrew, previously known as Sparkle Game, I'm pretty sure that was mentioned. They're going to be coming up to the plate on Badlands. Kind of a... Whew, I don't really want to call it like, you know, pushing a bird out of a nest as a metaphor here. But when it comes to Badlands, I think that's probably the most accurate metaphor when it comes to a team that is basically dipping their toe into Invite for the first season. Not their first season of Invite for most of these players. Some of these players, most of these players. But you know what I mean, right? It's kind of a big leap because Badlands is one of those staple maps that you also have to have a really deep understanding of, you know, the textbook TF2 for Badlands.
Yeah, most definitely. Everyone's been playing this map that's in the server for many years now. It was launched with the game, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, everyone's played this map before. It's not a newer map like Sunshine or Reckoner or something like that. Everyone knows what to do. And you're right. When a team first gets into Invite, Badlands is a great map for them to prove themselves because, you know, everyone knows his basic strategies. It's when you first get into Invite, though, you start to like learn those more advanced techniques and how to push and stuff. But it looks like we actually are going live right now, so as the teams do pick their color, Ro should take us away on this first middle.
Yeah, we're gonna get eyes on these demo men. Demo mans? I'm looking at Smitty because he's sort of like the crowd favorite I'm hearing. And he's gonna be going up against dear old Yite, who is not regularly on Demo Man, but Yite is definitely capable of playing practically any class in Invite, so we'll see how it goes as Yite right away, much faster than poor old Smitty. Smitty's going to be getting immediately taken down by a combination rocket of Laz and High Five scatter shot. There's going to be June hiding in Diag, going to be looked at by bot mode. Meanwhile, the rest of the TF Crew are escaping to Pride Rock. A lot of damage onto the medic. Going to be juking away while AIM tries to desperately get in. Going to be trading 1-for-1 with Rocket, aka KTV, and Laz, who is on the flank, coming in the long way, was able to get those shots and take down those players. And then it's an easy cleanup for the rest of the gang. Although June is still on mid, fighting off bot mode, but he's got to add 4 more often. He doesn't have what it takes to play Badlands mid. Is that right? Is that
against bot mode? Yeah, add 4 is Badlands mid, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we saw really quickly Smitty got cleaned up really quickly on that middle. Was a bit too far forward on that right side, so we're going to see if SVIFT can actually convert this round. They do have this 95%, and we have this sentry gun coming up from Spamfest, who is a Platinum Engineer main, so probably going to be doing a lot of work here, as well as the Pyro coming in. So they do Uber in top left at this point, getting a lot of damage on the Pyro, but nothing quite going down yet. The Engineer is still hammering away at that gun. It's still up as the Pyro does go down, and they rotate right side on the side of SVIFT, but good damage on the side of TFCrew. They're actually getting a lot of great spam onto the medic and Demo Man. Looks like SVIFT is actually going to try and rotate maybe underneath the point, try and catch Spamfest out underneath, but it doesn't look like that's going to work either. Laz goes down, and now SVIFT completely out of position. Rocket Wizard gets those 2 kills, and June gets another one. Medic going down, and we do see TFCrew hold on.
Oh! Didn't even split! Goes right for the saw. Bot mode kind of botted himself right into the main. Wasn't really hitting any shots there. Laz does come into the fray here, trying to get a little extra sight on what's going on, but with full Uber ad, in TFCrew's hands. It looks like they've got a position here to potentially steamroll this all the way to the enemy last. Definitely second. Absolutely, man, as they start coming in through main. Popping right away, the Stickies are going to cause a little bit of havoc for 4KTV, who can't go any further, and all they grab is mid, and High Five is on that sniper, going to be lining up those shots, and this is a disastrous sightline. I remember when Machina was first allowed, there was some pretty insane stuff happening with how strong it is. And there's the first shot onto Stochastic, taking him out. Very good shot from High Five.
Yeah, and we do see the sniper here with the 50 ad from the side of SVIFT, so they're probably going to be looking to push directly when they get the Uber. And especially when they have the sniper, they do have to be careful though, because this can turn into a leapfrog situation really quickly, and even though that sniper did get that pick, we're probably going to see him being rendered a bit useless in the leapfrog if it does end up happening, but the Uber pop does come out directly through the house now as June does go down, and looks like Spamfest is going to be caught as well in the house area. They want to keep chasing through patio, does SVIFT, but they actually think better of it. Laz trying to maybe pressure near side spire, but yeah, now that they do have this sniper still, they're not going to be able to chase as far as they would like, but they do get the second point off of it, as well as mid.
Yeah, Laz getting a little bit too far forward here, gonna get juggled. Does get taken down there by KTV, the Rocket Wizard. But the rest of SVIFT are gonna take control of this Spire. Practically uncontested. We do see a little bit of action from June going diag. I don't know if anyone noticed him. Did come out of drop down, but AIM is just kind of getting eyes on it. Yes, he is gonna be able to spot that out and deny it. June gonna be taking that resub. Maybe even back spawning, does back spawn. So now it's just kind of TFCrew. Okay, we've got to start setting up for this last hold. We've got ad, but it's impossible to push out with only an Uber ad.
Yeah, you definitely want to have at least one player ad there, but the thing is, when you have that 50 ad or so, you probably want to start at least peeking lobby. It didn't look like TFCrew wanted to move from last at all, because in order to get those picks, they're not just going to come naturally. You want to get aggressive into that upper lobby, that lower lobby area, and it didn't look like they wanted to do that, so now SVIFT is going to be able to just hammer away at the last defense. We don't even see an engineer up quite yet. We see the pyro, but sacks are going to come in most likely sooner rather than later from the side of SVIFT. Most likely Laz going through lower or something like that, and now the sniper coming out from Spamfest. We're going to see how they can break this stalemate.
Right now we're seeing just the standard stuff. Yike. Blocking off any weary travelers from TFCrew. But right now the sniper battle is happening in main. Spamfest is trying to get the shot onto High Five, but High Five is very cautiously coming in and out. All he needs to take is one shot. He does hit it right away, jumps into sightline. But the overheal was able to keep him alive, and Spamfest will survive. So now High Five has to pull some other kind of trick. Similarly, it's back again. Spamfest charging up a shot, using the glass to kind of get an eyesight on it. Oh, but he misses the shot, and High Five, who has much better quick draw, does get the shot, and that's going to open the door for this push here. Even a little bit of an aggressive peek from High Five from lower. The spam is coming out so strong. High Five is getting the crouch shot. The Uber comes off too.
And yeah, the Uber does get popped off. It actually is traded from both teams, and Spamfest is down right now. So even though the Uber is better on the side of TFCrew, they're definitely not going to be able to push out last. But High Five still on that sniper is going to be able to continuously work lower, top left, top right. He's probably going to be able to break the stalemate if he's hitting the shots he's been hitting so far.
Things are looking really good, but now there's a little bit of aggression from AIM. He did find himself a little out of position there on the right side of the upper lobby. Trying to peek at Laz, but that actually opened the door for Laz, who was completely uncontested on the right side, and that's actually going to draw a lot of attention here. June very low on health. If Yike could just re-peek right there, that would have been really good, but he was a little weak too. Attention on the point there. Bot mode ran in, and Laz was able to get some extra damage onto poor June, who was just respawning as well. Looks like that's the end of any last shenanigans for SVIFT, and they're going to have to readdress how they're going to handle this last push with High Five. Still on that sniper. Still looking for those shots.
Yeah, when people talk about difficult less to push, we think, you know, possibly granary, maps like that. But people don't really understand how hard it is to break this kind of stalemate, especially when you're running the sniper, because the sniper has basically two angles to work from, and if the counter sniper is up as well, and even if you do get that kill, it's not going to be too important, just like what happened right there. Spamfest gets the kill onto High Five, and it's not really going to open too much up for TFCrew, even though they do want to become aggressive at this top area, but like I said, it's likely going to pan out just back and forth picks as soon as one shot is hit by the sniper, unless the medic goes down on either team.
Now here we are with bot mode behind the point. Try to come in, didn't make anything happen with it. Aim, gonna get some good damage onto Stochastic here. It's so close, finally gets taken down with it. I think that was a roller from Yite. Embarrassing. Now it's once again Laz has found himself in a position to walk up, and Spamfest is not looking at the right time, so this is gonna be some good damage, gonna take him down, and he's got some good damage. No, he tries to rocket jump to the exit, instead dies for his efforts. So what could have been really good to get that extra damage has now turned into just a mitigated advantage. Nothing else to work with but wait for High Five to hit that shot, but it's not going to happen. Split knows better and is hiding desperately behind that staircase, but actually opens up the door for the Uber push to come in right away. June gets taken down as well from Yite. The Ubers are going to get clashing over here on the left side here, rotating over. The both scouts are sitting up top. Bot mode and AIM are going to be collapsing on top of him, and that's the end of the scouts, so now it's just TFCrew on the right side, the combo essentially, and AIM is just sitting on the point, getting it juggled into the tube. He lands back safely, and it's gonna be another exchange 1-for-1. It's just Split. He goes in for the stop, but he gets scoped down by High Five, and that's gonna be the first round to Swift. Unsurprisingly, but very long first round to set the tone.
Yeah, and definitely High Five, probably the MVP of that round. Playing extremely slow, not giving up his life a single time. I believe he was on a 6K at some point during that last push on Sniper. But we do have this next mid coming in as we see TFCrew likely trying to walk up slope now, getting a little bit aggressive, but June getting that pick onto the Demo Man of Yite and Rocket Wizard, getting the pick onto Laz. It looks like TFCrew is probably going to take this mid as they do get 4 picks directly off the bat. Zilly's going to be able to escape with his life with the Scout of Bot mode, but TFCrew is definitely going to get second off this, going to be able to press the advantage just like Swift did to them last round, and hopefully they'll be able to convert.
Time is ticking down. Spire is definitely theirs. Lobby is a different story. Swift might be setting up for, just the last hold, especially with all that pressure that happened on Spire, but we do see a little bit of aggression from Laz, who's able to get some nice rockets onto Spamfest. Yes! Oh man, it feels so good to hit a first direct and then a fadeaway rocket around the corner on a fleeing scout. So that'll be the end of Spamfest. That'll also mitigate any potential for the rest of the TFCrew to start working their way in. But meanwhile, June is running the, if I'm not mistaken, the back earner. Going to be in a position here to get maybe even 2 frags if he can use that speed boost. He does get onto Zilly, but Zilly can't make anything happen, and will stop that attempt outright. TFCrew lost their element of surprise there, really, and have an option for other ways to push out while Laz is trying to work his way into resub.
SVIFT able to get through the trash area right now with the combo. They don't have a scout with them, but they're able already to get aggressive onto the Demo Man and to the Spire. They're probably going to get some cap time soon enough as AIM trying to get as much damage as possible onto the combo, maybe force them out, but the side of TFCrew is going to have a much better Uber when it comes down to it. They just popped their Uber off now, so Swift is going to need to escape. Actually, body blocking is Rocket Wizard, but he ends up getting taken down. Looks like AIM is going to trade for him as well. So unless we see something from Laz right now, he actually does take down the Demo, and Zilly gets the frag onto the opposite medic, so we're going to see Swift take this in a convincing fashion. But just as I say that, June trying to go into that last point, but F5 ahead of the game.
Small potential here for all the respawns to come up, minus June. It does happen, so 5 players up on mid. TFCrew are not out of the running yet. That was very strong aggression from Swift and very good capitalization on poor Rocket Wizard trying to body block there. Meanwhile, he's going to be able to pick up the frag onto bot mode, straight a little too far inside of the lobby, and with Stochastic on Sniper, there's not as much of an opportunity to do anything with this. They know they're at an Uber disadvantage, and Swift want to kind of push here. But we'll see how this pans out as they're starting to clear out the house.
Yes, around 40 ed here for the side of Swift, maybe about 30 at this point. They are going to try and go through this house here. They pop immediately. The medic of Split actually pretty far forward. Not going to be taken out here. They're definitely going to get the point, and they do take down Spamfest on Scout. TFCrew not quite having their Uber yet, and Swift wants to get aggressive. This is actually extremely good for them, as only on 94% is Split, and everyone leaves him. So he actually ends up getting taken down, even though they don't have mid. Swift definitely going to be able to take this point. Unless Rocket Wizard has something to say about it. He is in-house now. Oh my goodness, direct spot mode right out of the sky.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're a Rocket Wizard. You know, you can get those homing rockets going on. It's a very unique spell. Man, it was really funny seeing High Five just surf the rocket right into the face of poor Stochastic, and then Zilly grabbed the fadeaway arrow. It was, whew. So now we're setting up for Swift to push into last. They've got the huge Uber ad. They've got the talent, absolutely.
They definitely do, but Spamfest has the Sentry Gun, and that stuffed them last time. Let's see if they can do it this time, but finally getting their Uber up is SVIFT. They're going to be wanting to push top left. That gun still up as we speak. Pyro trying to reflect all the air blast. Actually drops down. That's going to be really bad for that Pyro. Might get taken out sooner rather than later as he does try and go back up. Actually reflecting some of the projectiles from the Demo Man. SVIFT getting way too many frags late into this last push though, so it looks like it's going to go their way as Spamfest. The last two raw is not going to be enough.
There we have it. Very nicely executed by Swift. Pushing out a last and then taking it all the way to the end. Maintaining their advantages. That's what you want to see in a top team in Invite. So now we're going to see what they're going to keep doing at the mids, because they just lost the last one. We'll see if they can fix their mistakes. Yeah, going to be doing a very good job of denying Smitty, taking some early damage onto him. Rocket Boys are going really quick underneath. Going to be able to grab a quick frag and a high five and good damage onto Yite. Split, though, getting taken out by Yite, who's just shooting stickies over the top. It's looking really bad. Desperate help for all of TFCrew. Spamfest is going to have to juke around, try to get some extra damage off, but it's not going to be it. However, Spamfest, who was the last to fall, did manage to secure the frag onto Zilly. And him dying late means a 7-second advantage for Split, which equates to about a 25% ad.
I want to highlight the fact that I want to highlight Zilly's play so far, because we saw on the first round when that TFCrew won middle and actually pushed into last. We saw Zilly actually evade the spy play there. We haven't seen him drop a single player yet, so definitely great work from him so far. I want to see him continue to do that. New addition to the team, but it looks like this team fight is going to go the way of SVIFT so far, as two members are already down, including the Demo Man. So actually, if they lose one more in this upper lobby, that might have a reason to push last. Stochastic going to think better of fighting, and yep, looks like they're going to try.
Split was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Got taken down, and that's going to be pretty much all she wrote for this first half. Now they're just going to be pushing in. They don't even have Uber. They don't need it. High five on the point, getting some good damage, and it's going to be able to get the frag on the Stochastic. Thanks to Yites. 80 damage sticky there, and that's going to be the round. 3-0. Swift with a commanding lead. TFCrew need to get their act together. They had a promising element of talent, as we saw in that second mid, but doesn't seem to have evolved from that moment.
It's unfortunate for them that they did get caught out on a couple times. One time when they were pushing second, SVIFT was, they got caught out when they had about 94, 95, so that's really unfortunate. But as we do take a look at the stats here, SVIFT outfragging by almost double, so they're definitely outplaying them in terms of the DM, and even though TFCrew did win that one middle and push to last, looks like they're not quite able to convert on rounds quite yet, so not a bad showing from them at all. They definitely held last a couple times that I didn't expect them to. They definitely won that mid. That it was very well played. But yeah, we'll see if they can pull it together in the second half.
I think one stat we can also look at, which definitely equates to what I'm about to relay to us, is there is almost twice as many kills on the side of Swift, and you'd think, ooh, disaster. But realistically, almost all those frags, like you could say maybe 20 of those frags, 60 out of 30, 20 of those frags were probably on that second round where TFCrew won the mid. So if TFCrew can get a hold of the mid, take it all the way down and not lose any players, that frag difference doesn't seem as huge, as detrimental. But at the end of the day, we're going live. Tambo, what does TFCrew have to do?
So right now, we're going to probably see TFCrew maybe switch up the sides, because their two middles that they went right, or upslope wasn't working. Actually, looks like they're going to try and do it again as Smitty rolls out house. We do see Yite, high five actually switching to demo, and we see Yite on scout, bot mode on scout as well. He actually ends up getting 2 frags. Pretty quick does last. He actually ends up getting the medic, so maybe this switch is was not quite BM from SVIFT, but actually they thought they were doing something wrong on middle or something like that, because we do see Yite now on his main, High Five now on Demo Man. I know High Five is an extremely strong Demo Man, so that switch, probably not too much BM, is more maybe a style change or something like that. I know High Five is, Yite was playing Demo for pretty much the entire preseason, but maybe we'll see this later in the season as well, as SVIFT, another Uber advantage and another last push.
Yeah, to be honest, I would consider this their main roster, just because Yite on Scout is top tier, and High Five is absolutely, I would say, better than Yite. We'll be going into the super push, though. Stochastic taking a lot of it, trying to get as much air blasted back as possible. Did slow down the push, and Spamfest is just whacking away. Sentry's still up, but it's only getting control of the left side of the point, and Swift is taking complete control of the right side, and that's all they really need to cap it off. You see June getting taken down inside the spawn. Very nice presence of mind from High Five. The loose cannon is in effect from Smitty, trying to connect on some players here, and they're just playing it slow. Swift are really methodic about this, but that's actually going to work against them, because even though they've gotten the frags, they have not stopped this Uber from coming out. Split is trying to keep some players alive. If they get one more frag here, Yite potentially, this could look good for them, as they are pushing out the rest of Swift. Swift are backing off. Yite doing a very good job of staying alive, though. This actually could be it. Bot mode goes in, thinking it's got something he can work with Yite distracting so long, and he does manage to pick up onto Rocket Wizard and escape with his life.
Oh my goodness. Bot mode, oh, he almost escaped there actually, but that was an incredible play now, and you know, they did hold that last point, but now SVIFT is going to have this massive Uber advantage, and I don't think TFCrew is going to be able to push out, so you know, maybe that was a bit of a mistake not taking that sentry gun, not taking time on point as quickly as they should have, but once again, they're going to have a very large ad pushing in once more.
Yeah, Swift are all over this last point with that huge ad. Yite's getting juggled there underneath the point. Pyro's up, trying to come to the point. Stochastic throwing flames in every direction. Does connect onto Yite. A follow-up onto AIM. He's very low. Spamfest is going to get that frag. And Stochastic is still alive. Getting healed up. It's High Five backing out with Zilly inside of Dropdown. And TFCrew have only lost their Demo Man. It's going to make it a little bit risky. If there's any delay on the Spire, there is potential for a back cap here. But right now, High Five is doing a good job of trying to bottle down June. He's going for it, but does not do it. And now the respawns have come into house and are going to be connecting onto June, who couldn't quite juke around. Laz will go down here, trying to get into the fray. And there it is. 3 players down for Swift, and the Uber's popped off. AIM going to go down here. It's just Zilly desperate to get out here. It's not looking good.
Gonna have maybe a slide ad here. Actually, Spamfest doesn't want any part of that, as she does start to chase him down onto the second point. Actually does end up taking him down very late, actually, so we're gonna see Split and Crew definitely take this second point for free, no doubt about that, and have another opportunity to push last as Zilly not up for 7 seconds. The ad is going to be at least 50, and whoa, High Five hits a nasty air shot on the on KTV's head, but he actually ends up getting taken down as well. So AIM with that pick, not really going to matter too much unless SVIFT actually is able to flank onto the Spire here. We do see Laz taking down Spamfest, so this ad that I was just talking about might not even come into effect, as SVIFT just looking to take a dry push.
Yeah, really good job of the soldiers to play without a medic and rotate the Spire, and as a result, Laz went through the diag, got sniped out of the air there by KTV with a nice rocket, but he did pick off poor Split, and with no Split, no Smitty, it's not looking good for TFCrew to hold on to anything in this round. It was looking so promising. June with the last-ditch effort did get taken down, and Zilly will survive. No one in a great position to even go for a frag here on, or an attempt on Zilly's life. They just need to get out and hope that they can recuperate, make something happen on second, potentially.
Yeah, they're going to have 60 head, and it's actually really unfortunate. I feel bad for the TFCrew because they had that second point, most definitely. They just got a little bit cluttered on side Spire, and they weren't able to take the second point for free like they should have. Without any heals, SVIFT should have had no business blocking that point. So they're going to be pushing in here. It looks like they want to go through Valley, and they have this 96% Uber, so unless Smitty can deny really effectively, which he actually is doing, they're going to be able to... Smitty's getting a lot of good damage on the side of SVIFT, but Zilly, once again, holding onto that Uber, playing almost perfect medic so far. Oh my goodness, just as I say that, he drops bot mode lower right, and he's going to have this full ad still, and they get another pick onto the side of AIM, so this ad is going to be mitigated as well, and they do even pop it off, but I don't think this is going to make anything happen because they're 2 down here.
Yeah, Yite getting to the face of the spawn. He's going to try and stutter step onto the point, but it won't last for long. Spamfest even grabs Laz with the reflect kill. I don't even know where that was. I'm looking for the flamethrower to see where it happened. I'm guessing it happened in an upper lobby. That's going to be the end of a lot of players, but Swift are still in a position to defend Spire. They're hiding near the edge. Getting ready in Pride Rock. June gonna lose his life there, and that's not gonna be good for them because Split is disconnected. He's gonna be forcing the super off, but Laz is now going for last, and the only players on last are Spamfest and Rocket Wizard. Laz is gonna be meeting up with Rocket Wizard inside a lobby, but he's getting some much better rockets off. He's gonna be able to get that frag, and now with Laz behind, it's gonna look desperate for TFCrew to finish the Spire Cap or lose the round. And there it is.
Great
Laz
play there
just kills
from
everyone.
Laz. Oh! Actually ends up getting taken down, but that was a great play from Laz. Probably going to secure the round for his team if I'm being honest, because not only did he get those 2 kills, he also got about 90% of the point cap, so SVIFT can basically throw bodies at it until their heart's content at this point, and when the Uber comes in, they're definitely going to be able to pressure the point. So I don't think a Sentry Gun is going to do much right now. I don't think a Pyro is going to do much right now. They need to defend the point at all costs. 95% Uber, or excuse me, 100% Uber now coming in. They're going to be able to pressure the point. Oh, Heavy standing directly on it, but they do Uber on. The stickies aren't quite clear yet, but Split's giving up his life already for the point, which I believe is a bit of a misplay. They could have had a combat class do that, and then now the frag's coming in from SVIFT. 1 up on the side of TFCrew. He's going to get taken down, and another round for SVIFT.
Yeah, very good on them to go for the kill everyone and then cap strategy. That always works. You know, that's tried and true. But yeah, definitely a misplay from Split there. He should have left his scout there, stayed healing, kept letting up, wait for the Uber flash to end, and then go for the saw, because that would have potentially slowed things down and saved the round. But either way, TFCrew is on their last legs. 4-0 lead from Swift, and an early bomb from Laz is going to get into the face of all these players on the slope. Split trying to juke as best he can against Yite. Yite finally gets taken down. Split is going to stay alive, but Aim is coming through. Going to get some good damage on the stochastic and taken down. Split is all alone inside of house, and a follow from Laz is going to be pretty much the end of that. Thankfully, Rocket Wizard will be able to grab the frag onto Laz, and oh, Aim is going to die. Does Raider. Even numbers on practically every side. There is a Demo Man advantage on the side of Swift. Split is all the way that last. June on second. Spamfest behind?
Yeah, Spamfest ended up trying to go for the back cap there, and I actually scrimmed this team, but I believe 2 days ago at this point, and they actually did that a couple times. They would get really aggressive onto the point, and they wouldn't even try and like contest us when we were capping. They would just try and get the back cap, and it really didn't work out for them, so I don't know why they're trying that as well. Spamfest pretty much committed to the back cap before they even secured the mid, so I don't really know what's going on there, but maybe it's a last-ditch effort. I can't fault them for that, but we're in a position we were in the first couple of rounds where SVIFT has actually they're going to look to take this exchange right off the bat as they do Uber in top left, and Yite goes down. I believe that was in the flank, so they're going to lose both 3 players now, including the medic. I don't know, they kind of want to just get this match over, I feel. But TFCrew is not going to let that happen, as they do take down the medic and are definitely going to be able to get the second point.
Yeah, a little bit of effort here, hiding bot mode. Could potentially go for something. He's going straight for last. Nobody's there. This is a complete and utter disaster. He's going to get the cap. It's so close.
Oh my god. That was as close as it possibly could have been. And unfortunate for TFCrew that it had to end like that, but that's what happens. You know, it's been happening since day one. If you don't watch Badlands last, even when the change came in, you're gonna get capped.
Yeah, it definitely helps that it's not a 1 second cap at times too, but still, that was quite frankly frame perfect. Nipple hairs away from being evened out, and I mean, even if they got times through on Spire a fraction of a second faster, that would have been a saved round and there still could have been potential, but it's really hard to, when you're down 4-0 in the first, and there's only 28 minutes left in the, 20-25 minutes left in the game, it's really hard to come back, but there was still a hope, and it was squandered by bot mode's incredible routing. I mean, it was just exactly perfect. Everyone went out trash, people cleared drop down, nobody checked under bridge, and he went straight through main.
I have the stats pulled up here, and a bit better on the side of TFCrew than I was expecting going into this match. They definitely had some good pushes out of last. They definitely had some good holds. They definitely had a couple good mids there. They ended up winning, I believe, one. So that's something that they can work with. And when you're facing a team like this, as a team like TFCrew, you basically go into these matches just hoping for anything you can really work for. Like anything you can learn from, anything you can take from the other team even to try and better your own play is actually extremely important. So hopefully TFCrew leaves the match with something like that for them, as we do see actually Rocket Wizard and Spamfest putting up some big numbers. Rocket Wizard going 20 and 14, almost top fragging the server, almost out fragging everyone from SVIFT besides Laz, but can't say too much more about Laz on Roamer, top fragging the server.
Yeah, really good performance from Laz. He got all those flanks really well timed. And that's what it takes to be a top invite roamer is you got to know how to work your way through the map, the flow of the game. There's going to be cracks in every defense, and that's where roamers really shine. And Laz definitely really shown his worth there. But yeah, I was really pleased to see Rocket Wizard and Spamfest topping at the frag area. You know what I mean?
Definitely, and so they can definitely frag with this kind of team and invite. It's not like they don't have the DM for it. They just need to learn a couple more things. They need to clean up their pushes a bit more, clean up their mids, and I'm sure that in the future we're going to see some good results from them because outside of the coordination aspect, they definitely had some really extremely good plays, especially on last. That sentry gun was up for such a long time, and it did so much work on a couple of those last pushes that a team like SVIFT, which is so talented in every single class, really couldn't even break it. So good on them.
Yeah. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we're going to retire for tonight. But don't worry, we will be back with TFTV action tomorrow. I don't even remember the name of the match, but I know it's something cool, I think.
Yeah, something cool versus I think.
Yes, it's the return of Running with Scissors. That's what I remember. Running with Scissors, after a long hiatus, they will be back tomorrow. Gonna be here live at 11 o'clock Eastern. It's gonna be good stuff, you know. But unfortunately, that's on TFTV 2. I'm looking at the wrong thing. But that's also a really good match to look at because, you know, it's the return of Running with Scissors, 8K.
Defending
really
I am
stuff.
champs.
Yeah. But meanwhile, in the actual real world of TFTV action, the main action is going to be Velocity versus Ascent tomorrow. Definitely something to check out. Two teams that were in the upper echelon of Invite last season are going to be going at it with a bit of a change. If you're not familiar with the roster changes, Velocity and Ascent have swapped roamers, essentially. Showstopper and Marmaloo have traded, essentially. Is no longer Jarrett, Bear, Shamu, Marm. That is no longer a combination. It's Showstopper. And Marmaloo has found himself on the side of Ascent. So that's what you have to look forward to tomorrow. Lots of TF2 action. Whatever is your pleasure. We hope to see you here. I've been Ro. Tambo's been here with me, my co-caster, and Console on the camera. Huge shout out to him. We're desperate for production, and thankfully Console's available. And yeah, I guess that's everything we have to say here tonight. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Good night.